Big news coming out of Camp Nou. Barcelona have finally cleared one major hurdle ahead of the new La Liga season. But the registration drama is far from over. From Ter Stegen's injury update and Joan Garcia's last-minute inclusion, to the €100 million VIP seat deal that could decide Marcus Rashford's fate, the next 48 hours could make or break Barca's season opener against Mallorca. Let's break it all down. Barcelona have cleared one obstacle ahead of the new season after La Liga approved Marc-André Ter Stegen's medical report, allowing the club to register goalkeeper Joan Garcia in time for their league opener against Mallorca. However, the registration issues are far from over. Several players remain unregistered, including Marcus Rashford, Roony, Bardghji, Gerard Martin, Marc Bernal, and Wojciech Szczesny. Of these, Martin, Bernal, and Szczesny pose less of a problem, as they can feature against Mallorca using a reserve team card. The main challenge lies with Rashford and Bardghji, whose registration requires immediate financial planning. So what now? According to Sport, Barcelona are working on two potential solutions. The preferred option, known as Plan A, is to reach the 1:1 rule, which would enable the club to automatically register all pending players. Achieving this depends on La Liga's auditors recognizing €100 million in revenue from the sale of exploitation rights for 457 VIP seats at the Spotify Camp Nou. The club has already submitted the necessary auditor reports and is confident that the income will be counted in this season's balance sheet. What's the other plan? While waiting for La Liga's decision, Barcelona have also prepared a contingency plan. On Wednesday, the board approved a €7 million guarantee, which would ensure all players are registered if the VIP seat revenue is not approved. This measure is not new but would only be activated if the audit outcome is unfavorable and the league refuses the 1:1 rule. If the guarantee is needed, the club plans to execute it as late as possible, potentially right before the transfer window closes. However, with the season kicking off this weekend, the timing of the decision could be critical. For now, the focus remains on securing La Liga's approval and avoiding last-minute financial gymnastics. According to a recent Mundo Deportivo report, Hector Fort's future at Barcelona remains uncertain, as the young right-back is currently outside Hansi Flick's immediate plans. The outlet assures that several offers for the player are already on the table, and a departure before the close of the transfer window is possible. However, his stay at the club is not being ruled out as well due to the squad's reduced defensive options following the departure of Íñigo Martínez. Everything is uncertain. For now, Fort continues to train with the first team while waiting to see how his situation unfolds. He is among the players most likely to leave before the market closes, yet nothing has been decided. Flick sees the right side of the defense as well covered with Jules Koundé and Eric Garcia, meaning opportunities for Fort would likely be limited. Still, the thinning of defensive resources caused by Martinez's exit leaves Barcelona vulnerable to injuries, and keeping Fort could become a strategic necessity. From the player's perspective, a move away from Camp Nou would not be unwelcome. Regular game time is considered crucial at this stage of his career, and a new environment could accelerate his development. What's the plan? Barcelona, however, view Fort as a talent with significant long-term potential and are not willing to lose control of his future. The club is open to arrangements such as loans or deals with buyback clauses to ensure he remains tied to the Blaugrana. Interest in Fort has been strong, with offers coming from foreign clubs as well as from La Liga, where Mallorca has been highlighted as a serious option. While discussions continue, Fort remains part of training sessions and is preparing for the possibility of being included in the squad for Barcelona's league opener against Mallorca this Saturday. His immediate future could be decided within days. La Liga champions Barcelona have this week announced some altogether timely positive news on the personnel front. This comes amid confirmation that La Liga have ruled that the injury being dealt with by Blaugrana star Marc-André Ter Stegen meets the criteria for a long-term absence. Goalkeeper Ter Stegen was ruled out for the foreseeable future earlier this month, after being forced under the knife to solve a niggling back complaint. As per a statement across the website and social media platforms of the Catalans, FC Barcelona hereby announces that La Liga's medical committee has ruled that goalkeeper Marc-André Ter Stegen's injury meets the long-term injury criteria established by current regulations. While there may not be any more first-team signings made by FC Barcelona before the transfer window closes, the club has strengthened the academy ranks with a new addition. Indeed, Barcelona today announced that they have successfully incorporated young striker Pol Mancino to La Masia, with the 16-year-old attacker set to join the Juvenile B squad. FC Barcelona has reached an agreement with the player Pol Mancino for his incorporation into the club in the youth stage, The club statement read. The striker is already training with the Barca Juvenile B team. Welcome. Lube will proceed to immediately formalize the registration of player Joan Garcia. Mancino joins La Masia after leaving the academy of Barcelona's local rivals, RCD Espanyol. The teenage forward saw limited action with Espanyol's Cadet A team last season. The Catalans, anticipating that he would not remain at the club, decided to reduce his involvement. His performances attracted attention from several major clubs, including Real Madrid, who were reportedly close to signing him. Ultimately, however, Mancino has chosen Barcelona. Known for his physical strength and sharp movement into space, the teenager is a natural goal scorer with a strong presence in the box. Barcelona are set to finalize Joan Garcia's registration just in time for their La Liga opener against Mallorca, but the club still faces a major challenge. 6 other players remain unregistered. The most high-profile among them is Manchester United loanee Marcus Rashford. Following La Liga's decision to classify Marc-André ter Stegen's injury as a long-term absence, Barca can now use the injury replacement rule to add Garcia to the squad until January. However, with less than 48 hours before kickoff against Mallorca, the race is still on to sort out the registrations for the rest of the players. Marcus Rashford and 5 more remain unregistered. Starting with Marcus Rashford, the England international has said he is relaxed about the situation, and he will likely be the next to be registered in terms of priority. Meanwhile, fresh contracts for Wojciech Szczęsny, Gerard Martin and Marc Bernal must all be included in their salary limit. New signing Roony Bardghji is another yet to be registered, but he could end being registered as a Barca Athletic player, while Hector Fort is the 6th. Fort is expected to leave for Mallorca no less, but Marcus say that he and Bernal, who is recovering from an ACL injury, will be the last to be registered. €100 million VIP seats lease would solve Barcelona issues. Barcelona hope to be given the green light from auditors Crow that their €100 million VIP seats lease is now included in their accounts, and can be added back to their salary limit. That would allow the Catalan giants to be back within their salary limit, and with less restrictions on their spending, would be able to register all 6 players as soon as La Liga approve it. Joan Laporta had emergency guarantee approved. On Wednesday, Barcelona's board unanimously approved the use of a €7 million guarantee. That guarantee would be sufficient for Barcelona to register the remaining players too, but it will only be used at the end of the transfer market if La Liga have not approved their VIP seats deal. The guarantee allows the club to spend an extra €7 million that was not in their budget, on the proviso that it will be later compensated. If it is not by the end of the mandate, the board members are personally liable for that amount. So there you have it. Joan Garcia looks set to be registered in time, but 6 more players, including Marcus Rashford, are still in limbo. Will La Liga approve the €100 million VIP seat revenue, or will Barcelona be forced to pull the €7 million emergency trigger? And what about Hector Fort's future? All eyes are now on Laporta and the board in these crucial hours. Stay tuned because at Barcelona the drama never stops.